Hello everybody, this is XGamerRichy and welcome to the Prince of Persia walkthrough, or to be a little bit more accurate, Prince of Persia 2008. Because this is, well, was meant to be a reboot of the entire franchise and yeah, it didn't exactly last very long as a reboot. For reasons which we will get into as the walkthrough progresses. But basically, in being a walkthrough, this is going to be a guide of essentially all of the light-teed locations and just trying to cover everything that's in the game, because I like to do that, it's always fun. Also, I really love the opening to this game. Into the Storm is just a really well done opening, and it's quite a good tutorial as well.
All you must do is ask. The asking is yours. You know what it is that I ask. If you would have your wish, then give me mine.
The wind is free, but the sand goes where it is blown, unaware of the world around it. Whirling on the breath of the gods, at the mercy of the storm that engulfs it. What is one grain of sand in the desert? One grain amongst the storm.
Now, that soliloquy is essentially a soliloquy, or in slightly simpler terms, a monologue. I really like it. Like, of all of the kind of games that I've ever played, I don't think I've ever quite found anything that's quite as profound as that. I mean, it may be a little over-pretentious with its profundity, but it's still quite awesome. Also, here we have the Prince, as you can guess, and also Mystery Woman, who is going to be important, evidently.
Hey, at least tell me your name!
And so, we are very quickly into gameplay. The game basically plays how I think the majority of the other Prince of Persia games play. I'm not 100% sure, because this is the only Prince of Persia game I've ever played, which is immediately making people judge me, I would assume. But it's a very nice and simple control scheme. It moves really fluidly, and it's quite awesome. And if you're wondering why the Prince keeps talking, that's because I keep making him talk, because there is a talk button, which I will tell you more about when it becomes more important, but makes it a little more realistic, I feel.
We can talk about this. Okay, so you're not a conversationalist.
And now we enter combat already. Now, one of the major criticisms for Prince of Persia 2008 is that the combat feels clunky. And in a way, yes, it is rather clunky. You've just got like X for sword and right trigger for blocking and so on and so forth. Yeah, it is rather clunky, but it fits into how the platforming works.
I'm not. I'm looking for...
Farah, I heard you yelling. You and your girlfriend should get out of here.
Girlfriend? Farah's not my girlfriend. She's my donkey.
You're risking your life for a donkey?
She's a good donkey. That and she's carrying a king's ransom in gold.
Just get out of here. If they don't see you with me, you'll be alright.
Hey, you! You want to time your advice better next time?
Now, Farah, if you've played any of the previous Prince of Persia games, is essentially the princess in the original 3D Prince of Persia trilogy.
I did just save your life.
Obviously very important, and it's slightly amusing that she is now a donkey in this reboot. Not exactly the best way to say hey to your fans, but it's a rather amusing addition.
No, he's nothing to do with this! No!
And yes, mystery woman here who has been called Elika
Did you... Whoa.
has magic powers. It's going to be very important, I have to say.
We better get out of here. How did you do that?
I don't know.
Right. And you being able to do magic isn't anything to do with why they're trying to kill us.
They're not trying to kill us. They're trying to kill you.
Okay, fine. Keep your secrets. But at least tell me how to escape.
No, I can't leave. I've got to get to the temple.
So yes, one thing that can happen in this game is that the Prince and Elika can get very, very, very talkative, and I'm going to make them more talkative than they would be normally, because you get a lot of backstory through making the two talk to each other,
I have lost my donkey,
and
fallen down
that's
the cliff and had
actually a
rock
really
drop
clever
on
thing
me.
that they do, and
I'm
I'll
not
go
in a
into
good
more of
mood.
that when we get out of the
Believe
opening
her, I'm
sequence
not holding
here.
her hostage.
Let her go.
It's you she's running away from.
Now, whilst we are going through this, I should probably detail kind of the facts about Prince of Persia. So, it's developed by Ubisoft Montreal, published by Ubisoft. It's directed by Jean-Christophe Guillot, produced by Bertrand Helias and Ben Matz.
Then where's that
The
temple?
designers are Thomas Delbourgeois
You
and
go.
Kevin
I'll follow.
Guillemot. Programmer is Charles Jacob.
We need to go this way.
Artist is Mikhail Labat, and the writer is Andrew S. Walsh.
Obviously.
And then finally the composers are Stuart Chatwood and Enon Zur, I believe.
You suddenly develop powers from nowhere.
The game was released on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360
I don't know why I was chosen.
in very early December 2008. It was December 2nd for North America, December 4th for Europe, and December 5th for the UK. It was then released on PC on the 9th and the 12th of 2008,
Here, we have her.
and then it eventually got released on Mac March 24th, 2009 in North America. I don't know whether it ever got released in Europe and the UK, but, well, what the hey? Now, you can probably already see that the art design in this game is really, really good. It's a bizarre kind of cell shading, because certain elements of the models are very cell shaded,
Will not stand between us
and other parts are not, particularly the hair, because Elika's hair is very uncell shaded in comparison to kind of the rest of her body. But it's still quite cool. Also, something to point out now is that there will be a lot of clipping going on, particularly with the Prince's cape
Cannot return. Why do you run?
and also Elika's clothing.
Let her go.
This guy doesn't give up. I hope you're good with heights.
The temple's there.
I have to
Under the
say,
tree.
it's a very pretty temple.
Worship a tree?
Like,
But you
that thing
do
is seriously
come from-
gorgeous.
Won't they know we're
And the
going to
blue
the
sky
temple?
as well. Oh,
Is
that's
there
that's
anywhere in there we
wonderful.
can hold up? What was this about being a princess? Where are you running off to now?
Now,
Careful, there could be more
Even
of those guys
though-
ahead of us.
the game got relatively positive reviews. I think it's generally sitting around the 70-80% mark on aggregate sites. It's not really that well loved by the fans of Prince of Persia, from what I can gather. And as a game, it's not particularly the most well-liked thing either. You'll
What are you
get
doing
to
up
see
there?
more of that later, but the main criticism levelled at it is that it's kind of just a bit
Get that end
dull and
pushed.
boring,
What's in the temple?
and
Just
it's
push.
way too easy. And, I mean, they're both very legitimate criticism of the
We should hurry.
Never
game's
met a princess
style,
before.
but
I've observed
you'll
them from a distance.
get to see more of that as we
There
progress.
was this one princess, and
Can you save the stories?
But plot is about to hit the fan, shall we say. And in a very, very serious way as well.
I was a princess.
Yes. It's the prison that holds Ahriman.
Ahriman? Oh, that... Ahriman? The big bad god of darkness? Kills people, destroys cities, scares naughty children?
It's a bit of a grim image there, Elika. Very, very, very grim image. Also, I very much like the tree design that's above the door there. It looks awesome. Oh, and look, I have to say, I really love tree imagery. It's one of the reasons why I like the whole Yggdrasil thing of Norse mythology. The tree is just a really nice image that's very useful, particularly in creating symbolic things.
You want me to go? Just like...
Elika!
Get back. I've got this.
It's never simple, is it?
I cannot lose you again.
Father,
Yep.
no!
Wait.
I beg of you!
Father? Okay. We have to now beat up Elika's dad. Right now, he is the hardest enemy you will have faced, because the other guys really didn't put up any fight at all, and in all seriousness, the king doesn't really put up much of a fight either. As you can see, he's going down really quickly. But he's got some rather fast attacks, if you let him get them off.
No! Father, no!
That can't be good.
Father!
Let's get out of here. Come on!
And now we have to deal
I
with
think we need a better plan.
what is called a corrupted... Well, actually, no, it isn't a corrupted, it's Ahriman's foot soldiers,
was a
but
better plan.
it's totally corrupted to the core. I mean, it's all dark and gross and icky. So we need to destroy it and escape. So already you've probably figured that, well, if you haven't seen this game before at all, it's got a very heavy, light, dark thing going on. So some areas are going to be kind of this horrible, dark, overbearing design, and others are going to be a lot nicer.
You think?
And really, if anything, it takes quite a number of cues from Okami.
Ahriman's soldiers, they were trapped with him.
Yeah? Well,
I
looks like they
don't know whether that was completely intentional, because, I mean, the similarities are quite amazing. And considering, I believe Okami came out around 2006, wouldn't be the most unusual thing if it was indeed an influence. You'll understand that a hell of a lot more when we get a little bit further into the game. But the whole kind of light-dark dichotomy is something you will certainly be getting a lot of throughout this game.
Careful! Keep going! Jump!
Are you crazy?
Jump!
Now when you are going through that section, do just go ever so slightly slowly just to make sure you don't fall off, because that would be bad. I mean, there's literally no penalty for it, but it just slows you down a bit.
I am your end. You shall watch the ending of the light.
Well, that's very depressing.
Any more of your relatives gonna try and kill us? Or is it just your father who wants to end the world?
Do you think I wanted any of this?
Well, what do we do now? Presuming the great god of darkness doesn't just squish us flat.
He can't have escaped yet. Not fully. The temple must still have the power to contain him. Something's happened to the fertile grounds. If we can get to them, we might be able to stop Ahriman escaping.
The fertile what?
This land was built to keep Ahriman here. These areas feed the temple with life energy. The temple feeds the tree. We have to stop him.
We have to get out of here.
Fine, run. But you're not going to get very far.
Oh, I was on my way home. I had more gold than you could... I'd have had wine, women. I'd have had carpets this thick. Now I'm stuck with an angry god and a crazy woman. All right. Which one of these things do we need to do whatever to?
We can't reach the fertile grounds in these areas. We'd need to... Well, we can't reach them anyway. We'll have to get to these four. Then we can see what's happening.
If I ever find that donkey. Carpets this thick. This thick!
And so, here we have a world map. Now, basically this game is kind of open world. I hesitate to say completely open world because you are basically running through corridors to get to the main kind of levels of the game, but you do essentially get to choose whatever order you tackle the fertile grounds, so there's a lot of freedom in how this works.
1,000 years ago after Ahriman was imprisoned. Now, if you want the guided tour, can we wait until after we've re-imprisoned Ahriman?
It's going to be a little while before that happens, Alaka.
You don't know what these fertile grounds do?
We have to get to them, please.
A rather long time, because there are a lot of fertile grounds to get rid of. Well, not to get rid of, but to heal.
Have you got a plan B in case this doesn't work?
I don't have a plan
And that's
A yet.
insane.
Then where are we going?
To find plan A.
And Plan A is right over here.
Can't we just kill him?
We're heading off to the first fertile ground, which means we have to cross over the desert here. Now, the little icon that keeps flashing in the bottom left is the left trigger, which means that you can talk to Alaka.
If the tree is still holding
And
hours, moments,
this is basically how you are going to get a good deal of character development and kind of background information about the world that you have entered into.
No, there's not.
And
Terrific.
it's completely optional. I mean, the game does kind of accost you with the option to do
What's
so.
with this donkey?
Do you know how hard it is?
Like,
to find a
seriously,
good donkey? Good donkeys are hard to
it flashes
I'm beginning to
ridiculous
worry
amount.
about you and your
But
donkey.
having it there is a really nice option. And it really does let you get inside kind of the minds of Alaka and the
We've not
prince and
escaped. What we
see
and hear,
how their
that's
relationship
just a little that
grows.
can be heard through the prison bars.
Because, yeah, and also the other thing is that it's much more realistic that they would be talking to each other rather than just going through this thing in silence.
If you're a princess, where are all your people? Was it Ahriman? Have they been turned into those monsters?
They left.
Where did they go?
Beyond, into the desert.
You don't know, do you?
Now,
They deserted their
I think
duty.
in a
They
lot
left the
of
thing they'd pledged their
Let's
lives to.
Plays and playthroughs and walkthroughs of this game, I don't think really a lot of people make use of the talkie-talkie option. But I am, because I want to show this stuff off. And, oh dear, we're having a vision.
You know what it is that I ask.
Very similar to what we saw right at the beginning.
Then give me mine.
That's not good. Either way, in the next part, we are going to head to our first fertile ground and hopefully heal it.
Ahriman's chosen few. They ruled here 1,000
Hopefully
years
the
ago.
corrupted won't get in our way.
Thing we saw, the dark
Oh dear.
That was Ahriman.